Hey, what's up, gentlemen? Chris here with Elite Level Leader, and welcome to the Battleground. In today's workout, I've got a 4-round total body workout for you, and it starts off with 10 alternating dumbbell snatches into a lunge. So first off, I'm gonna head back here and grab a single dumbbell. And like I said, this is a dumbbell snatch into a lunge, so it's kind of a combo movement there. First off, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over the snatch movement, and then we'll add the lunge in there after I show you all the proper movement standards of the dumbbell snatch. So basically on the dumbbell snatch, you're bringing this dumbbell that's down on the ground in between your legs all the way up overhead, and then you're gonna bring it back down and you're gonna switch off to the other arm and you're just gonna alternate that, but we're also gonna add that lunge in there. First off, like I said, you're gonna have the dumbbell on the ground between your feet. You wanna have your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart, so a nice squat stance here. Toes are tracking out slightly here. What's gonna happen is you're gonna have your chest up, you're gonna start to hinge at the hips there, start to bend at the knees. As you start to go down in a squat to go down and pick up this dumbbell, knees are tracking out over those toes. As you reach down, you're gonna go ahead, keeping that chest up as much as you can, grab that dumbbell. Now from here, we're gonna use the power and the strength of our lower body to generate all the momentum to start to bring that dumbbell up off of the ground. Now we wanna keep that dumbbell close to our body the entire time. We don't want it swinging out in front of us like a kettlebell. Now, people typically, what they'll start to do on the dumbbell snatch is they'll start to pull with their arm immediately, but I really want to force you to focus on using the power and the strength of your lower body to generate that first initial momentum to get that dumbbell off of the ground. So as you're coming up here, your arm is completely straight the entire time. Now, once you get to full extension here with this dumbbell, still close to your body, your hips are all opened up, chest up, shoulders back. I still want you to extend even further. I don't want you pulling on that dumbbell at the elbow quite yet. I want you to get up on your toes. I want you to shrug your shoulder. Now, once you're at full extension, now I want you to start to pull with the arm, because that dumbbell's gonna be coming off the ground and it's gonna have that upward momentum. So you're gonna start to pull at this point. Now, even at this point, once you start with the pull with the arm, I want you to then squat down underneath it in kind of a mini squat, get back down underneath that dumbbell, and then stand it fully upright. Then we're gonna bring it down and switch off to the next arm. So first off, like I said, nice squat stance here. Toes are pointed out slightly here, keeping that chest up. I'm gonna come down, grab this dumbbell. From here, I'm gonna explode, use the power and strength of my lower body, extend fully before I start pulling that arm. And then I'm gonna get underneath it, stand it fully upright. Now we're gonna bring it back down, switch off to the left hand. So just like I did on the right, bend down here, grab this dumbbell, power of the lower body, snatch it up and get underneath it, and then stand it fully upright. Then bring it back down, switch to the right side, snatch it up, get underneath it. I'll do one more on the left here, snatch it up, underneath, stand it fully upright. Now, like I said, we are going to add a lunge into there. So the best point to add that lunge in there is just as you start to pull with that elbow. So right when you start pulling, if you are having that dumbbell in your right hand, you're gonna lunge forward with the right leg and then come back up, switch to the left arm. Once you start to pull on that elbow, you're then gonna lunge forward with the left leg. So it looks like this. Dumbbells down the ground, just like it was before. I'm gonna start on the right side, snatch it up and lunge into a lunge, bring it back down. Now left side, snatch it up and lunge, back down. I'll do one more on the right, snatch up, lunge, and then bring it back down. Now you'll notice I'm switching down at the ground. I'm bringing that dumbbell all the way down to the ground before I switch hands. Now once you get proficient in the dumbbell snatch, you can actually start switching that dumbbell right around your chin level. So it looks like this, snatch it up. Now I'm switching right here. I'm letting go of that dumbbell, but you notice I'm able to really cycle through a lot of these dumbbells or snatches really quickly. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna start off this 4-round workout with 10 of those alternating dumbbell snatches, 10 in total, so 5 per side. After that, then we're just gonna go into 20 jumping jacks. Everyone remembers what jumping jacks are. Feet are together, hands are down by the hips, hands touch to the top and touch down on your hips at the bottom. So you're just gonna go ahead, getting that conditioning, getting that cardio in there, keeping that heart rate up. You're gonna end up doing 20 of those jumping jacks. Then we're gonna go into 10 dumbbell deadlifts. So we're gonna need a second dumbbell for this. So grab a second one over here. Now first off, I'm gonna set these on the ground and go over some of the proper movement standards of the dumbbell deadlift. So you wanna have your feet just about shoulder width apart here. You're gonna have the dumbbells kind of on the sides of your feet, so you can't go too wide at the stance, or as you come down, the dumbbells are gonna scrape down by your shins. So about shoulder width apart on those feet there. And what's gonna happen is you're going to hinge at the hips, knees are gonna start to bend, and you're gonna start to sit back into that squat as you go down here. So you're gonna go down with these dumbbells, they're gonna be on the ground, you're gonna go ahead and grab those dumbbells. From here, what you're gonna do is you wanna make sure you're keeping that chest up as much as you can. And the deadlift is really a lower body hamstring, glute movement. It's not just hinging over at the waist and pulling them off of the ground. You are actually sitting back in a squat, knees are tracking out over those toes. From here, now you're pressing through the ground here, keeping the knees are bent. As the knees come back, the hips are opening up, full extension, and then at that point is when you kind of roll the shoulders back and turn it kind of more into a back exercise. But I don't want you hinging over at the waist and just, flailing back and forth, bringing those dumbbells up and down. So I have these two dumbbells on the ground here. My feet are about shoulder width apart here. I'm gonna start to bend at the knees, hinge at the hips. As I go down, chest is up, head and neck is in neutral spine. I'm gonna go ahead and grab these dumbbells. From here, I'm pressing through the floor. And as I'm coming up, my knees are coming back and my hips are opening up. And now I squeeze those lats back, open up full extension at the top. And then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna reverse that. I don't want you just bending at the hips. So all you're doing now is you're gonna start to bend at the knees, hinging at those hips, coming right back down here, sitting back in that squat till those dumbbells touch the ground. So all the way up, then all the way down, all the way up. We're gonna do 10 of these dumbbell deadlifts. Like I said, I just don't want you, when you're holding those up and you're gonna go reverse back down to bring them down to the ground, I don't want you just hinging at the waist. Make sure you are sitting back in that squat and using the power and the strength of your lower body to bring those dumbbells back down. All right, after you've done 10 of those dumbbell deadlifts, now we're just gonna go back into 20 more of those jumping jacks. So there's 20 more jumping jacks, keeping that heart rate up, keeping that heart rate in that target fat burning zone, working on that conditioning. Then the final movement is 10 alternating shoulder press. So gonna go ahead and lighten up the load here on these dumbbells. And these are alternating shoulder press. So I'm just gonna grab two dumbbells here. We're gonna go ahead and get those dumbbells up in the front rack position. So palms are basically facing each other, maybe slightly at a 45-degree angle, and we're just gonna alternate. So we're gonna start over here on the right side. I'm gonna press all the way up, and then slow and controlled back down. Now over on the left side, press all the way up, slow and controlled back down. Not necessarily a negative, but just nice and slow and controlled back down. I don't want you to press up and then just drop that dumbbell down. So nice and slow and controlled. We're just gonna do a nice set of 10 of these, so 5 per side. Since we're only doing 5 per side, you could probably go pretty heavy on these dumbbell strict press. After you've completed 10 total of those dumbbell shoulder press, you're gonna go ahead and rest for 1 minute, and that completes one round of this workout. And like I said, guys, we're gonna end up doing a total of 4 rounds today. All right, guys, that is the workout of the day. I'll see you right back here for the next workout here in the Battleground very, very soon. And as always, make sure you check out EliteLevelLeader.com for full training programs and enlist today.